Hi everyone, it's Marla. Welcome back to Eclipse Astrology and Tarot. I'm here with your weekly reading for the week of September 6th. And Venus is going direct on the 6th. So in honor of that, I'm going to be using the deck Psychic Tarot of the Heart by John Holland. And I have an amazing reading for you today. Now, as I was shuffling, two cards came out of the deck for the overall energy of the week. And the first card is Healing Begins. So we're moving away from a time of stress and worry. We've been under a lot of pressure to make a lot of changes in our life. And we're moving into a time of healing. Now, Venus has been retrograde since July 25th. And while she's been retrograde, we've been looking at our relationships and what needs to go in our relationships. She's been trining Pallas in Sagittarius. Pallas is patterns. So we've seen all the patterns. Now when she moves forward on the 6th, it's going to be time for us to implement all the changes that we know we need to make. And basically, it's going to be letting everything go. All the fear, all the negativity, all the need to control, just let it go. Surrender and go with the flow. And that's going to open you up to the healing energies. And it's going to make a space for new love and new relationships to come into your life, or a re-blossoming of a current relationship that you have. The second card up for overall energy of the week is Heart Chakra. Love is the healing energy. Love is healing. If you want healing, open up your heart. The Sanskrit word for the heart chakra is anahata, and that means unstuck or unhurt. When we're living with an open and balanced heart chakra, we're able to forgive. We're able to let go of jealousy and fighting and worrying about what the other person did to us. We need to love ourselves too. If you don't love yourself, you're depending on someone else to provide love for you. And now what happens to you when that person leaves? You end up closing up your heart. And when your heart is closed, you're not inviting love in. When your heart is closed and you're disconnected from your emotions, you attract people that also have their heart closed and are disconnected from their emotions. So if you want a mutually loving relationship, open up your heart, and that's who you're going to attract. Remember, you attract what you are. So be love. The hidden influence of the week is third eye chakra. All right, so we're going to be doing some work with our third eye, and that is all about seeing. It's our sixth chakra in our forehead between our eyes, and it's all about psychic abilities, clairaudience, clairsentience, clairvoyance, having visions, intuition. When our third eye is open and balanced, we're able to be the witness, the observer of our thoughts. And when we're in that state, we can clearly see patterns. And we can clearly see the patterns that need to be released. Now, I already mentioned Venus is trine Pallas. Venus rules the heart chakra. Pallas rules the third eye chakra. All right, seeing the patterns that need to be released. When our third eye is open and balanced, we're able to see deeper truths. Okay, the world is not black and white, good and bad. Now we're able to see deep truth and have deep wisdom about things. And it opens us up to a deeper connection to spirit. All right, I want to talk a bit about the astrology before I go to the last card. Now, I talked a bit about Venus, and there's another aspect going on that has to do with healing. There's actually a couple. The first one is going to be the sun is going to oppose Chiron this week, at the end of the week. So we have the warm, loving, healing energies of the sun focused on our wound that's going to be providing us healing. We have an asteroid, Apollo, and Apollo is the god of healing and the god of light and the god of oracles. And he's going to be conjunct Jupiter in the sign of Virgo. Now, Jupiter, remember, is expanding the energies. Virgo is the sign of the healer. One of them, because I would say Scorpio is about healing as well. But so is Virgo. And so we have Apollo offering us healing. And Apollo also rules oracles. The Oracle of Delphi was housed in the Temple of Apollo. All right, they reported to Apollo. So you could have deeper wisdom. Don't forget, Jupiter is still opposing Neptune. An expansion of our psychic abilities, our dreams, telepathy. I'm hearing from a lot of people that dreams have been big. We have on the 10th an asteroid called Alma, which means soul, opposing Uranus. Sorry, wrong card. Alma opposed Uranus. Could be revelations, awakenings, some kind of deeper wisdom gain. Okay, don't forget, Uranus is the great awakener. All right, and we get sudden insights from Uranus. And we also have Black Moon Lilith, which is our fears and our insecurities, the place where we feel rejected, the place where we feel abandoned, conjunct the North Node. The North Node is our mission, where we're moving forward in this life. And they are forming a conjunction with an asteroid called Panacea. And Panacea is actually the granddaughter of Apollo. And Panacea gives us the cure-all, the universal cure, offering us healing of our fears. And they're in the sign of Libra, partnerships. And not too far away is Juno, which also represents partnerships. Deep, deep healing of our wounds around relationships going on this week. and also in that conjunction with Panacea and Black Moon Lilith and the North Node is an asteroid called Logos, Christ consciousness. And maybe the heart chakra is the better card to represent Christ consciousness. All right, the final card, advice from Spirit. Love. I mean, these cards couldn't go any better together, could they? You'll see on this card the intertwining vines. This card is also about healing. That represents the double helix, the caduceus, DNA, Kundalini. Black Moon Lilith and Pallas have to do with Kundalini. And on the original tarot card, the Lover's card, you see Archangel Raphael, the Archangel of Healing. And the Tree of Life and the Serpent in the background. Which represents Kundalini and a deeper knowing, a deeper wisdom. Because what did the serpent give Adam and Eve? Divine knowledge. Divine knowledge that they are creators. We are creators, creating our reality. This card is also about balance. You see they're kind of holding hands and leaning back, perfectly balanced. Masculine and feminine in balance. Last week, Venus met up with Mars for the second conjunction of 3 in this year. The next one is going to happen November 3rd in the sign of Virgo. Again, healing. And it's unusual that Mars and Venus meet up 3 times in 1 year. Okay, this is the healing of the divine masculine and the divine feminine so that they can come together in total balance. For some of us, this is going to be a new relationship or a rekindling of an old relationship. For some of you, it could even be marriage. And for some of us, it's going to be a relationship that comes about through challenge. All right, this card can represent a fork in the road and having to make a choice. Are you surrounding yourself with people that really love you and support you, that are giving you unconditional love? If you're not, then you might be faced with a choice right now. Because when Venus goes direct, I think we're going to be feeling that loss within ourselves very strongly. And we're going to desperately want to heal that. The best way to attract love is to be love. I'm going to say it again. Forgive yourself, love yourself first, and that's going to create the best relationship that you can have. All right, if you want love, be open to the love. If you would like more guidance on a relationship in your life, I offer a heart-shaped reading that takes into account both people's feelings about a relationship. And I offer that for $25. And I'm getting very busy these days, so I don't know how much longer I'm going to offer it at that price if you're interested in that. If not, remember to keep your heart open. and that I love you. And I will see you next week where we're going to talk about the big new moon solar eclipse in Virgo. Have a great week.